Everybody, Fishing Fool here, and this is my second tabletop review on a knife. This is the Zero Tolerance 0801 Rexford design. Very cool knife. And I bought this knife from Knives and Defense Depot here in Jacksonville, Florida, at Danny Ridenhour. I will put his information in the description below, but let's get into it. Zero Tolerance Rexford design is based off of Todd Rexford's Singularity, which is a custom knife. He's a custom knife maker. They did a collaboration with Zero Tolerance, and this is the production model of it, which is very, very cool. I've never had anything like this, but let's get into it. This, excuse me, it has a, let's see if you can see the logo. Yeah, it's got logos here, here, and on the back, which a lot of people don't like. You know, it doesn't bother me. Whatever, you know, market your company. It is a 3.5 inch drop point style flat grind blade. It is stone washed. You know, it hides some of those hard use scratches. You know, I haven't really put it through its paces a lot, but I have carried it. And its closed length is 4.7 inches. Its overall length is 8.2 inches. And its weight, it comes in pretty heavy at 5.8 ounces. I mean, you're going to feel it in your pocket. It's pretty heavy because it's got these titanium handles, and it's LMAX stainless. You know, so you can see right here. Yep, LMAX. I haven't really experienced this yet. It's a higher end steel. It's got great edge retention. You know, I haven't even sharpened this knife yet since I've bought it, which I've had it for probably about 4 or 5 months. And you know, I think I took the Arkansas stone to it just to, you know, smooth it out a little bit. But let's see if I can get a piece of paper here. Let's see how sharp it is. Yeah, it's still pretty sharp. But you know, it's LMAX. Like I said, I haven't really experienced anything with LMAX. I guess it's a newer steel. It's supposed to be pretty hard. I think its Rockwell is 50. I'm not really sure, but it's got titanium 3D machined handles. You know, these really nice grooves. You know, it helps in the grip a little bit. You know, one other complaint I had about this knife is there's no jimping on the spine here, so you don't really get a good purchase on it if you're trying to cut something up here like I usually try to. But there's jimping on the flipper handle there, and you know, that helps back here. You know, gets you a little bit of bite on it. And it's a frame lock, unlike, you know, most of the liner locks you'll see like this. I have the Ontario Rat 1. That is a liner lock. This, of course, is your frame locks. Just the lock up on it's pretty nice. You know, I haven't put it through a lot of hard use yet. It's still pretty stiff. But you know, it deploys really, really sweet, buttery smooth, super fast. You'd almost think this thing is automatic. It's got a KVT ball bearing system in it. There's no springs. There's 6 ball bearings inside of there in a little plastic cage, and this thing is just buttery smooth. And you know, as opposed to a spring knife, this thing is lightning fast. It doesn't take much pressure to really get that thing out of there. I mean, you can use your thumb too. And if I'm not mistaken, the KVT stands for Kershaw Velocity Technology. Another selling point on this knife for me was its tip down carry. Tip up. So if you're looking for this knife and you carry tip down like this, it does not come in that configuration. You know, it's ambidextrous. Your clip can be either on this side or this side. But that, and it's a deep carry. You know, it sits really low in your pocket. You've only got about this much that sticks out. Me personally, I don't care for that as much anymore. I like a little bit more, you know, handle, you know, grab it out of my pocket. You know, like the Ontario here, you have about this much that sticks out of your pocket. You know, I really like that, especially doing any kind of work. I can, you know, grab this out if I've only got, you know, this much to grab. That's a lot nicer than this. But if, you know, you're in a place where you don't want to have this knife seen, it sits really low in your pocket. The price point on it, they run anywhere from, I think, $200, $230. I picked this up for, I think, $226, which is a little hefty, you know, considering it's a pocket knife. But I mean, it's like anything else, you know, fishing, guns, you pay for what, you know, you get. You know, if you're going to buy cheap stuff, you're going to be consistently resharpening, especially like this knife. This is just a cheap Boker I got from a gun show. I've put this thing through its paces, as you can tell. It's been resharpened 1,000 times, and it does the job, but, you know, after a little bit of hard use, you got to resharpen it. You know, I've used this work a couple times, and, you know, it's still pretty damn sharp. But, you know, if you're just looking to get a cool knife, you know, something pretty much to show off to your friends or even put in your collection, because they don't make very many of these. I think this is number 1400 something. Let's see. Yes, there it is. Number 1416. It's got really nice black hardware on it. You know, I did take this knife apart, and another thing, you know, if you plan on taking this thing apart to check it out or clean it, you know, these pivot screws here, when you take that out, if you don't have any kind of, you know, Loctite, this thing will loosen up, and that's why the centering on it a little off. But that's not a big deal. All you gotta do is put some Loctite on there and, you know, tighten it up a good bit. There's also, I think I forgot to mention, there's a piece of steel in there that the blade rides on, I guess, so you won't tear up this titanium. And there's also an over travel stop in there. Let's see if I can. Yeah, you can't really see it. Camera doesn't want to focus. But, you know, it's a cool knife. You can see the ball bearing in there. You know, I'll take a little drop of oil and put it in there. But even without that, it's still buttery smooth, lightning fast. A little bit of size comparison here. This is the Rat 1. You know, you got a little bit more cutting surface there with the zero tolerance, but this is a little bit bigger knife overall. Yeah. But it's a cool knife if you've got a husband or a boyfriend or somebody who's into the outdoors and, you know, is looking, or even the man who's got everything. You know, you get him one of these, it'll light up, you know, he'll light his day up. But, you know, they don't make very many of these, so if you see one of these, you better pick it up. You know, if you are using it regularly, you know, you're not going to have to sharpen it as much, but it's going to be a little bit harder to sharpen due to the LMAX steel. But other than that, it's just a badass knife. So, if you plan on getting one, get it, do a review on it, let everybody else know how happy you are with it. And I think that's all I can really say about this knife. So, you know, let me know how I did. I plan on doing some more reviews here. If you like these videos, like and subscribe, of course, so I can, you know, these videos go out to other people. But as always, I like helping people out. So, you know, until the next one, y'all have a good day.